He's here to talk to us about how we can embrace digital technologies for an improved water services, and he'll be talking through MUWASCO's smart water journey. Please welcome the good person, Daniel.
Thank you very much. How do you this?
The green.
The green. Yeah. Thank you very much for a very well introduction. And I must say, my name is Murang'a, as he has said. And I'm happy to be here to share the journey from Murang'a Water, how we have moved from old systems, manual systems, to digital platforms. But before I do that, I'll have failed in my presentation if I fail to recognize Christine. Christine, you can start up. She is in charge of GoSoft. GoSoft is a company that has supported us and has given the technology that I'm going to present today. Apparently, I also met other two friends, and thank you to the organizers of this conference. I didn't know that Chris and Macro were coming to this conference. Please, you can start up. They are our suppliers for meters, for smart meters from China. And thank you very much for the organizers, because we are able to meet in a platform like this, where even small water utilities like Murang'a Water is able to share her experience on our smart water journey. I want to start by saying that I have an experience of more than 20 years in water sector. I'm a civil engineer with advanced degrees in public policy and business. And I must say that I have chaired the Association of all the water companies in the Republic of Kenya, called WASPA. And because of what I did when I was in the helm of leadership, they nicknamed me Emeritus Chairman. And they said I will remain Emeritus Chairman of WASPA until my death. So I have not died. There's no any other emeritus that you'll see in the Republic of Kenya until I leave. But I am not leaving now. Digital transformation is key, is the future. And that is what everybody, every utility should embrace now. I must say that in our management for water, we are driven by digital governance. We are able to collect data, analyze it, gives us management perspective for us to address the issues that affect our customers. I must say that just like any other local company, just like any other water company, there are common challenges that we get or we got when we were managing water. We were managing water without following smart options. Non-revenue water is a big problem to many utilities, and we must focus to reduce it so that we can get the revenues that we require. Infrastructure blind spots. What do I mean? When the municipalities were operating the water companies, there were many old pipelines that we could not tell where they are. Currently, what we are doing, we are scanning or doing what you can call it X-ray, using a drone to ensure that we are able to tell where there are leaks, where there are invisible bursts, and where there are bypasses. In so doing, we, according to the governance and management of water in the Republic of Kenya, we have a PPP Act that is able to bring the private sector together. So we are able to tap finances from the private sector and embrace our digital journey. We also know that when you are not operating on smart moves. We used to have very many data silos that were a problem, even in tracing our performance, but currently that is a thing of the past. Why digital focus, and what have we done as Murang'a Water? We have an elaborate GIS system that is able to track all our installations. It also enables us or helps us to analyze pressures within the network. We also use IoTs and sensors at the comfort of line managers' bedrooms. They are able to tell the level of water in the tanks and where to increase pressure so that customers can get water reliably. We also use an app, a mobile app, that is able to empower the customer. The customer is able to interact. The customer is able to interact with his or her bill for the purposes of ensuring that they are able to trace their consumption and they can pay at any time. You don't need to wait at the end of the month. You can click the app, get your consumption at whatever time, and set to our systems so that it can generate a bill for you to pay. And I think that is what utilities need to do. What is our future direction? We are not actually calling it future direction, but current direction. What are we focusing on? And what do we need to improve on? One, I know majority of us and in our generation, we are talking of AI. But how do we intend to use AI to help us manage water better? At MUWASCO, we are using it to design and to model and analyze demand so that we can check on leaks or predictive leaks and prepare and repair them, and actually predictive maintenance, which has helped operations within our area of supply, because it's a big area and therefore it has to, the persons responsible for operations must be aided by AI. As a result of smart options, we are able to be transparent in terms of water governance, and bills definitely will be more accurate than using manual options. Those doing procurement, supply chain, are able to use e-procurement to get the most competitive technology suppliers in the market. And smart contracts for service delivery. We have small companies that we use to help us achieve this, like the way I have mentioned, go soft. Basically, I'm coming to the end of my presentation. I don't tire you a lot. I know it's an evening that has been tiresome, but what I'm trying to show there, I'm just giving a digital platform of what happened and the operations that I have explained. Those of you taking a photo, you can do it so that you're able to benchmark with us, and because the purpose of this gathering is benchmarking. That is also a system showing our GIS mapping, SOMA meter. In Swahili, we say customers are able to, SOMA is reading, that's Swahili. Customers can be able to read their meter and set the readings into our systems, and they're able to generate a bill. And the customer engagement that I have shown is clearly indicated in a diagrammatic form. I know people who are technical in nature are able to read, are able to interpret diagrams more than words. That is an example of our town, showing different meters and how we use GIS to locate meters and estimate pressures and direct water in where they are. It's more demanded at whatever level of time that we require. As an example of an old meter that we used to use, of course, we have not, we are still using these meters, but what have we done as we go to our smart option, the smart meters, we are using the 20/80 rule, the 20 customers that are giving 80% revenue. And I think we are almost getting there so that we improve on our service delivery. That is the diagrammatic representation on, for a cell phone, for a customer, and how when you download the app in Play Store, you are able to interact with your consumption on real time. That is a photo of one of our technicians. They are installing a sensor that is able to tell us the level of the water that we have in our storage systems. Currently, where I am, I can pick my phone, and I'm able to tell the levels that we have, and whatever levels we have in our storage tanks. That is how it appears in our dashboard, and you're able to tell the percentage at whatever time, at real time. So you don't need to wait for the customers to tell you that there's no water. We are doing proactive management, not reactive management. And that is a graph trying to do analysis so that you can visualize it at a platform that is understandable by everybody. I talked about future plans, but I want us to call them the current plans. We integrate AI so that we can predict and analyze demand. We use of blockchain and expansion of smart meters and partnerships with innovators and solution providers like you. Thank you very much for this opportunity, and God bless you as we retire into our long day of work, and I'm ready for questions if they are. Thank you very much.
You can stay here so that we can take any questions for Daniel. Shem, Daniel, you don't have to be sitting down. Don't worry. You can. It might make it slightly more efficient, I think. I suppose the question I might have, and Amir has a question as well. Can we have a microphone? Where do you find the most resistance in the evolution of the meter system that you introduced into Kenya? Where did you find, okay, that's a big hurdle that we're going to need to get over?
Is it on?
Your thing is.
It's okay.
Work, yeah.
Very good. Now, as we went to our smart meter option, many people ask whether it's prepaid or postpaid. The worst challenge was prepaid. And you will get your problems, you get problems with your politicians who oversight you. Why? Most of these utilities that we manage both water and sewerage. So if you tell a customer to pay before consumption, it's like you are telling a customer to pay before the customer goes to the toilet, unenlightened. And basically that will give a lot of resistance in whatever part of the world that you operate a water supply. And basically I must say that is one of the biggest challenge. The other thing is trying to involve the customers, because the customers must understand why you are moving from mechanical to smart.
Yeah.
And most customers currently, because people now are able to use digital platforms, they understand and they're able to interact with their consumption on real time.
And I imagine it's easier in Kenya given the penetration of digital technology in that country, right?
Exactly, and something you perhaps I would want to put you to speed. I think you were the first country to start mobile money transfers.
M-Pesa.
commonly known as M-Pesa.
Yeah.
So when we integrate our M-Pesa platform into our billing systems, it becomes very efficient and very easy.
Exactly. Amir, you had a question.
Thanks for the excellent presentation. Just curious, how does your smart water journey compare to other Kenyan utilities? And what would be your advice for people navigating the smart water journey?
What we do and what we do as water service providers in the Republic of Kenya, we have an association called WASPA, I think I mentioned, Water Service Provider Association of Kenya. We share knowledge and meet every 2 months for the purpose of benchmarking. If there is an innovation from the south or from the north, is able to be shared by managers on by monthly basis so that good practices are embraced across the country. I must also say, according to the model of service provision, we are water companies, public water companies owned by the municipalities. The politicians provide oversight, but there is no direct interference. I think you understand what I mean. And that's what has caused Kenya to be ahead of, in terms of water governance, than many countries in Africa.
Which is interesting because in Cape Town we've chosen that the management of the water system, the tariffs and all of that are contained within the city, and yet you have a city like Joburg that has a utility that is a subsidiary of the city run independently, and they present very different challenges and very different successes. So in your opinion, it is better to have an autonomous utility operating with oversight from the municipality and politicians, but given independence to do what they know how to do best.
Exactly, because of ring fencing. When you ring fence income from the water and sewerage, it's able to be used to develop services where there are none. In the Republic of Kenya, it's illegal to use the water money to do any other business, to do stormwater drain, or to do any other work for the city, for the municipality. And I find it important because according to the law, water is, and according to our constitution, every Kenyan has a right to clean water and a reasonable level of sanitation. How do we achieve that? How do you achieve that? When we make profits, because we are companies that make profits, we are not allowed to divert those profits to other businesses. We use those profits to develop water or networks where there are no networks.
That's very good to hear. Any other questions for Daniel? We'll take two more questions. We'll take those two.
Thank you very much for the presentation. My question is, how does the smart contract concept work?
The other one, so that I can answer.
Okay, so he'll answer both of them. So how does the smart contract concept work?
Okay, thank you. Tom Bentley from Rainwater. I want to check, how long did it take for you since you moved from mechanical meters to automated meter reading, how long did it take for your staff, operations and maintenance staff, to be fully conversant with the new technology? And those teething problems, how long did they take? Where you had said, you then said, now I'm fully matured in the process.
Yeah. Smart water contracts, we usually do open tenders and get a service provider like GoSoft to come and work hand in hand with us so that they are able to take us through the transformation from mechanical to smart water meters. How long did it take us to move to smart water meters? We are not 100% smart water metered. We are almost 18%. And what I said when I did my presentation is, we are starting with the 20% that is giving 80% of the revenue. How did we convince our customers, our staff? With the support of those who are providing meters, and the solution provider. They are able to take our staff through. We took about 5 years because, as me and you know, there is resistance in everything. I had to be used as a change agent to ensure that they follow whatever management wanted to achieve, whatever we want to achieve.
All right. Round of applause, please, for the Managing Director of Murang'a Water and Sanitation Company, Daniel Nganga. Thank you very much for your insights and your reflections.